Ladies and gentlemen, people of the world, I'm Rob Mafia for This Is Xbox, and today we're reviewing Epic Games' Fortnite. I'm definitely the sort of person who gets sucked into the hype, but for some reason Fortnite passed me by until a week or so before its release. I watched one trailer on YouTube and I was hooked. However, on the face of it, the game seemed pretty straightforward, but when I finally got to play it, I quickly learnt that Fortnite has some depth to it. In fact, so much depth, I don't even think I've scratched the surface yet. Fortnite has so many layers to it, you'll have to forgive me for not addressing them all. I'm also finding it quite hard to define exactly what type of game Fortnite is. To give you an overview, it's an action RPG, grindfest, builder, lootfest management type game. And give you a brief snapshot of what's actually happening in the game. Loads of storms have hit the earth and turned mankind into the Walking Dead. The zombies look a little like twisted versions of the ones from Plants vs Zombies. There are different types, some bigger and some with special abilities. You play a commander whose task it is to gather resources, survivors and weapons in order to survive the apocalypse. That is it in a basic nutshell. The main aim of the game is to defend a point on the map from hordes of zombies, or husks as they're called. The overall aim doesn't really change throughout the whole game, and it's pretty much rinse and repeat on every mission. You do start each mission with time to gather your resources. You swing a massive pickaxe, hitting objects to break them down into resources that you need to build your fortress and create ammunition. Pretty much everything on each stage is destructible, so you're never short of stuff to smash. This method, however, does get old quite quickly, and it is very time consuming, but it is a necessity. I think the only reason it gets a bit boring is because it is such a necessary evil. No resources, then you can't do anything but turn up and be a nuisance to your team. Once you've gathered enough and found the main objective, then it's up to you and your team to defend it by building a stronghold that will prevent the husk from attacking and destroying it. Building is brilliant and extremely simple. With a touch of the B button, you can quickly switch to build mode, select the item you need, whether it's a wall, floor, stairs or roof, and away you go. You can edit each individual piece and quickly select a pattern to suit what type of piece you need to create your masterpiece. I love how easy the building element works. It's straightforward, it's not complicated at all. On the odd occasion, you have to build a radar when you find it on the map. Following the pattern is easy and straightforward, so bravo for Epic for making it that way. I think it could have been so much more difficult if they wanted it to be. Once you've got bored of gathering, or a teammate has, you have to activate the thingamajig and then the horde starts. Zombies are spawned from within a storm, and they only really come from one direction, with the occasional one from a different direction every now and again, but it's mainly all from the same sort of direction. The number of zombies grows, but in terms of any AI, it's pretty much non-existent. The combat is very nicely executed though, and your arsenal ranges from small arms to large machine guns and melee weapons. You can also use a special ability. I played the ninja, so I was a dab hand with a sword and had an airstrike as a backup when things got busy, but the cooldown for such devastation comes at a price and can only be used once every 3 minutes. The third person angle makes the good point of view of what is incoming, and very rarely are there any nasty surprises. Ammunition for your weapons can be made on the fly, which I think is an absolute brilliant touch, however, only if you have the resources to make it in the first place. Throughout each mission you're awarded medals for combat and resource gathering. This will help towards the end game loot chest that you'll get for completing each mission. Speaking of loot, Fortnite has absolutely tons of the stuff. In fact, I never thought I'd say this, I think it has too much. This is a matter of opinion though, and I know some folk who think there isn't enough. As well as the end of mission reward chest, loot comes in the shape of llamas. Don't ask. I have no idea why they chose llamas. Anyway, the llamas are basically a piñata that you smash, and it drops your winnings in a small reveal ceremony. On rare occasions, your llama won't break and it automatically upgrades to the next tier of llama, making the loot inside more desirable. I can't believe I'm saying llama. Llama and loot. Anyway. Of course, with Fortnite allegedly going free to play next year, They need to make money somehow, so you can buy coins and spend them on llamas if you wish. I did find that loot was plentiful, but this has had the opposite effect I expected for me. It became quite boring getting the loot and wondering what to do with it all. You get schematics for new weapons, survivors, XP boosts, traps, followers and coins. But all this does is give you the little exclamation mark on each subject to let you know you have something new and you don't really know what you're supposed to do with all the stuff. If I was to slate with Fortnite for something, it would be the fact you get far too much, far too quickly. And for some, this could lead to frustration and a sense of being overwhelmed by what's happening. A nice touch to the loot though is a collector's book, where you place an item into a section relating to that loot type. This takes it out of your inventory and into the book. I did get a sense of nostalgia doing it. It kind of reminded me of when I collected Back to the Future stickers all those years ago. I am determined to fill the book, that's for sure. One thing that is important to understand though is Fortune is still in development. Regardless of who paid what for it and the amount of money people spend on microtransactions, the game is not finished, and there are a few niggly little bits that could do with being ironed out. One annoying thing is the glitchy matchmaking systems, making the game freeze whenever a random joins your session. I often thought my Xbox had frozen, and sometimes it took ages before it resolved itself. These things will be ironed out by the time it goes free to play, I'm sure of it. And then it'll be up to you to buy new characters, chests, bloody llamas, just to keep the game afloat. With any game like this, there are always updates and improvements, making the experience better, and that's reassuring to know. Once the annoying stuff has been addressed and fixed, Fortnite stands to be an amazing game. Fortnite's appealing gameplay and claws that keep dragging you back for more aren't easy to shift. Epic could have done a better job in explaining different features such as the squads etc, but on the whole, if you're not bothered by a game's side objectives, then you can pretty much jump into Fortnite and smash your way around a mission or two. The cartoon-like graphics make the game very light-hearted. It wouldn't have been the same feeling if the environments were serious and sinister with a proper motion captured characters and detailed graphics. The voice acting and sound are on point, and Fortnite is generally a happy and upbeat game that is easy to look at and listen to. Like I said right at the start, Fortnite has more layers than a showpiece wedding cake. To tell you them all would take ages, and I'll be honest, I don't fully understand them myself yet. I mean, I haven't even mentioned the massive skill trees, have I? I'll leave that there for now. As gamers, we ask for games with depth, and Fortnite has it. I was excited for Fortnite from one trailer, and the game hasn't disappointed me. Although at times the resource gathering and management can get very old, but the combat and quirkiness of the game quickly make up for that. I feel that my very short 5 hours certainly isn't enough to get a full grasp of what's going on offer, and I'll definitely be diving in for more, so feel free to join me. I've been Rob Mafia for This Is Xbox. This has been the review of Fortnite. Head over to thisisxbox.com for all the news, reviews, etc. Go on to Mixer, we're streaming regularly. We're absolutely everywhere. Just search This Is Xbox and you can't go far wrong. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to do all the business with all the thumbs up and all that jazz, and look out for more videos, more reviews. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.